can see on our FCA how much metal is in the screen there. Yeah, you can tell that that's failed there. You can see a little bit of metal inside the bore. All right, we got another good one here. A bunch of metal in the bore. That one looks pretty good. The metal on the FCA there. Yeah, pretty bad. You can see the metal it's generating inside of that. Send metal through your entire injection system, costing you a bunch of money. I'm Wade from Thoroughbred Diesel, and today we're going to be doing something just a little bit different. Really what brought me to this video is I still see a lot of people online that I don't know that they're in denial or if they're just trying to make a case for their belief, but they seem to want to argue against the fact that CP4s are very failure prone. And I don't know what the ratios of CP4s that have failed versus CP4s that are still alive out there in the field. I have absolutely no idea what that is, and I don't think I've ever seen any documentation of what that is. I don't know really how we'd ever find that unless you had Ford or GM or even Dodge that released production numbers for 1 year versus warranties that were that came in for the year. It seems like a lot of these pumps fail obviously when the truck is out of warranty, so none of those numbers are capturable. But I just still see a lot of people jumping around about it in these groups and whatnot. So here's what I wanted to do today. So here at Thoroughbred Diesel, obviously we take in our own cores, and we bank a lot of cores here. So what that means is we'll keep cores actually here on hand, and we'll deliver them to the fuel shops and the manufacturers that require them from pumps that we purchase as they're needed. So we'll usually wind up with a bank of a few, and we'll buy cores off of customers as well. So our CP4 core intake is a little bit different than probably everybody else's. Some of our CP4s that come in are from the disaster kits that have CP4s included in them, the people that want to go back with that. And then the CP4 core that comes in on that is usually trashed, is usually full of metal. And then we have a lot of people that will buy DCR pumps from us and then call us and they'll want to sell their CP4 core because the core does absolutely nothing for them. So those cores more than likely are probably in pretty good shape. I got a lot of guys that are just putting a DCR on as an upgrade. The cores that come in are maybe fine, or maybe they've got very light failure in them. So we're going to see a mix of that today. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to pull down a pallet of CP4 cores, okay? And we're just going to randomly take some boxes out, and we're going to go through those cores, and we're going to show the carnage that we see on the FCAs in each one of them. Every one of them we hit might be full of metal. It might be 3 of them full of metal. We'll just go through quite a few of them, and we'll show you that kind of percentage of what we see of CP4s that fail. And I really just think that it's a good data set that we have here at Thoroughbred Diesel, because we get a lot of cores back that are probably just fine. There's a lot of misdiagnosis out there in the field. Like a lot of guys, if something goes wrong with the truck won't start, they immediately think it's a CP4 failure. And unfortunately, they might misdiagnose it and put a CP4 on it and find out that it's actually not their problem. So irregardless of what that is, I think that we've got probably as good a mix as you're going to get of non-failed pumps versus failed pumps, and failure mode being generating metal inside the pump and sending metal down the stream. So hopefully this shows you all the importance of, if you're not going to convert the truck over to a DCR pump, the importance of at least getting a DPK on it to save the rest of your fuel system from that metal that the CP4 is going to generate. So we're going to grab a forklift, we're going to get this pallet down, we're going to go through it and show you what we find. All right, so we just wanted to show you just cutting this pallet open of these cores, and I need to sharpen my knife. I'm going to kind of work in the center, and then I'm just going to try to grab a few random boxes here. So I try to show you that I'm not staging this. I'm not grabbing, specified. We'll open these up. I'll kind of introduce you all to Whit while we're sitting here talking, if we didn't at UCC. So Whit is our new marketing guy. He comes to us here in Winchester, and Whit's probably going to be doing a lot of the camera work on our videos going forward. So if you hear me talking about Whit, that's who Whit is. All right. Well, first pump we got, the FCA is gone out of it. My guess on that pump right there, they probably took the FCA out looking for metal, didn't find any. Maybe they decided they were that deep into the job and went ahead and did a DCR. So that makes sense. What we got here? See what we got. All right. This pump's got the FCA in it. We'll go ahead and remove this FCA real quick, see what we got in this one. All right, we got another good one here. That one looks pretty good. We're gonna call that one clean. We're gonna call that one clean. So we're 0 for here so far. We got 2 of them that we have opened up that are clean, but I promise you we're gonna have failed ones. We're getting the good ones on the front side of the video here. Grab another one. FCA's already loosened that one. There's another one. Somebody's taking it out. They've already started the process here. Yep, metal. All right. So we've got our first one that's full of metal here. You can see kind of down in the bore there, the metal. And you can see on our FCA how much metal is in the screen there. I expect as we go through these boxes that we will see some much worse examples of it. So first 3 that I grabbed, one of them was missing the FCA and we were calling it good. The second one we grabbed had was a good pump, looked good. And then our third one was a wreck. You know what, I'm just gonna grab another 3 and that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do another 3 and see what we're up against here. All right. The first 3 we did were on the 11 to 14s. Middle. Okay, that one hadn't even been opened, and I'm going to take a wild guess of that one. That one hadn't been opened. The torque felt correct on the FCA bolt, so you can see a little bit of metal inside of there. Metal on the FCA there. Our warehouse manager Tommy just walked over. I'm going to show it to Tommy real quick, and I'll hand it to him. So, so that one, first one that we grabbed there, and that stack was full of metal. Disco party, as the kids call it, in your fuel system. This pump's marked 20 plus, so this one will be interesting. Look good. I can hear everybody in the comments chapping at me right now about not bringing a impact with me. All right. Oh, that's failed. Okay, sorry. I had to look a little bit right there. Had to kind of dig for it. Yeah, you can tell that that's failed there. You can see a little bit of metal inside the bore. Yeah, failed pretty bad. You can see the metal it's generating inside of that. All right, so that's our third one wit. So this is the 6th one we're opening here in total. See what we're up against here. Oh, FCA is gone out of this one again. A bunch of metal in the bore. So customer had already removed the FCA off this one, but you can see down in the bore there the metal that's inside that. I know that's kind of hard to see. So of the 6 pumps that we've pulled, we have had 4 failed with metal in the FCA bore. Our cores, we're probably going to have the most unbiased SKU set because we purchase so many cores because of the customers that have done DCR conversions, and a lot of those guys are doing that conversion as preventative. But you know, I would be willing to say that there would be some of these cores in here that'll show very light metal inside of there on the FCA, and customers probably didn't know that it was even going on. They just knew that this was a failure-prone pump, and they went ahead and put a DCR on it, and there you go. Or they've got a DPK on the truck, and they cut the filter open, noticed a little bit of metal in there, and then but the truck was still running, so they went ahead and took their next step. So we just wanted to do this to show you that this is a very real thing. You always see the worst of it, and we always show you the failed ones. We show you all the glitter bombs on the FCAs and whatnot. But we just wanted to show you a data set of cores here that some of them are good. So try to give it, try to be as unbiased about it as we could, but just wanted to let you know that the failure is absolutely 100% still out there. I don't know that there's any data that backs up how long it takes it to happen or anything like that. There's no magical number of it. We just know that this pump CP4 specifically, this is probably, and I'll say this is probably the most violent failure in the light duty diesel field that we have seen. You can say all you want to about a VP44 pump in a Dodge being failure prone. That's true. That's not the most reliable pump out there by design, but it doesn't send metal through your entire injection system, costing you a bunch of money. So I'm Wade, Thoroughbred Diesel. Hope we've showed you a little bit with this video. Please consider doing, at the very bare minimum, a disaster prevention kit or do a full upgrade to the DCR pump. Save these problems from your own vehicles. Thanks for watching.